Hey guys, just a quickie here with the Keeper's Corner. We're gonna go ahead and show you guys how to preserve your food when you're farming for your fine loot and emerald chests and things like that. Whenever you open a stage, you're gonna want to start with your hero formations empty. That will automatically show you the lowest food cost possible for a stage, and then just go ahead and add heroes. And as you see, when we go from 1 hero to 2, it jumps from 40 to 56. So we're going to want to do this stage with just a solo hero. Typically, the Shaman is my best choice. Sometimes the Archmage is really good. You basically want a blend of DPS and tankiness. You know, they need to be able to take a few hits even from these lower level guys. Sometimes you'll run into those spiders that just web and poison you repeatedly. When you only got one guy in the field, it'll have a lot of downtime for them to just be taking dot damage from the poison, so you gotta be careful with that. But as you see, you know, these levels are real simple after a certain point. You don't need to send in 3 or 4 heroes and spend the extra food. And, you know, I just picked a random level 1 here for the purpose of demonstration. I didn't actually have any loot to find here. But you'll see after a certain point in the campaign, you're gonna basically be able to use 2 or 3 heroes without raising the minimum food cost. Every stage has a different minimum food cost, and once they reach a certain point, I think it's like 120 something or so, you can always use 3 heroes, and it still saves you 20 or 40 food in some instances. So we're gonna go up here to the Shattered Earth, and we'll see. I think it's starting around this level 40 here that we are at 120 food, even when we are running 3 heroes. Now it's 1 additional food with the 3rd hero actually, but that's pretty negligible, so we won't worry about it. But when we jump down to the 27, we'll see double heroes add an additional food cost there. So you really want to pay attention to the level, and start with that formation empty, like I said. The trick with running solo in some of these later levels is definitely a mix of damage and being able to take damage, like I said, but also using your soul skills or your AoE is anything that you can use actively, or any skills you can set up for them to be doing more damage and less buffs or passives and things like that that you would usually use with a full party are going to help you out here. And, you know, don't do this unless you're 100% sure you can beat these levels with just a solo or a double hero team, because you don't want to fail. Obviously, failing is going to cost you way more food than just using a full team would. And there might be a few later stages that you can't do with a single or a double hero team. That's fine, you know. We don't have to preserve every single bit of food we ever get, but when you're farming for epics and other things like that, you definitely want to save as much as you can. Even if you're spending gems for refreshes, it really adds up over the course of a day or a week or a month. You know, when you're saving 1,000 food, 2,000 food over a course of time like that, you know, it really translates into a lot of resources that you could have gained and didn't. You see, I switched to that metal target there because I knew his Wicked Punch was going to kill that guy, and Earth and Strike would follow up on the other one. You know, the more you get to know your heroes, you start to understand when you can switch targets, when you can spread damage, things like that, to make things faster and to increase your survivability. I mean, it goes for both the campaign and PvP. You know, knowing your heroes well and what they're capable of is always going to help you. Alright guys, well that's just a quick video on how to save food. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time.